Hi, my name is Greg from Vital Health Saunas, and we're here today to answer a very common question we get with our saunas, and that is, how do you assemble a Vital Health sauna, and can I do it? So we're here to smash the anxieties you're going to have about assembling your sauna when you get it delivered to your home. I've got here a college student, she has never assembled a Vital sauna in her life, so I just want to kind of put it on an even playing field. I understand I've done it a few times, but she's never done it, so I'll be instructing her, and we're going to assemble this. And our plan is to do this in 15 minutes. On our website and manual, like we said, 30-minute assembly, but we're going to do it in 30 minutes to just show you how easy it is. So come on, Savannah, let's go grab this back panel here. We'll lift it up, and this is the panel that's got, you can easily identify the back panel because it has no glass written on it. And you set that on the base that we've set down here before. Now on the base, the heater will be forward, and you've got a cord on the back side. So it's really easy to identify that. You might want it just a little bit away from the wall so you can get around there to attach some locking buckles that you're going to have to attach. So Savannah, you're going to just hold that right there. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to take one of these side panels. Doesn't matter which one you assemble first. I'm going to carry this over here. Okay, this happens to be the right side panel as you're facing the sauna. You can identify that as well. The glass goes forward, and the heater, you've got a heater on the bottom here. Your cords are going to be coming up, so it's easy to identify them. There is stickers on the walls, very small stickers, says back panel, side panel. Sometimes they fall off for whatever reason, they just do. So it's easy to identify them if that was to come off. So I'm going to set this other side panel up here on the base with the back. Okay, let's just hold her there, Savannah. Line it up. And there's 3 locking buckles in the back side here. Here. Okay, you gotta get that lined up. It takes a little bit, sometimes a little bit of moving around. There's a tongue and groove inside the buckle, so it's a very tight fit once it's on there. We use the buckles, they're a locking buckle. We use those because they're easy and they always work, and it creates a very tight, airtight seal. So when you're using the sauna, okay, well, let's get that ready. Let's go ahead and put the calf feeder in next. Okay. The cord, it doesn't really matter how this is assembled, how it's put in, but I prefer to put the cord down because it's going to plug in. As you notice, there's 2 cords coming out of the back wall. There's one on the floor, one on this. These are going to plug in there once you get this on. So let's go ahead and put this in there. And it's going to slide down. There's a groove there, fits right in place there. Then you take these plugs, I said there's 2 of them, and you're going to go ahead and plug them in. It doesn't matter which plug goes to which power cord. Either one works, just plug it in tight. Okay, then we're going to take the bench, right here. It's got a couple wood trims on the bottom, so we bring that up. And as you can see, most of this I can actually do myself. Don't even need any assistance. forward a little bit. There. Again, it's going to line up. It'll all line up better when we get this other sidewall in. So we're going to come over here. Tell you what, you can help me with this, Savannah. Since I don't need you to hold that, so this is going to go forward, so swing around this way. Okay. Let's come in here just like we did with the other one. Bring it in here. Okay. The hardest part of this is really just kind of bringing that tongue and groove, lining that tongue and groove in. It makes that very solid, airtight seal. Sometimes you got to tap it a little bit. Okay. Get it going there. All right. This is a real live setup, guys. This has not been staged or pre-played, so it's a brand new sauna. This just happens to be one of our most common models. It is a Premier 2, one of our new models for this year, 2000 Premier 2 full spectrum unit. So, as you can see, I pinched myself there a little bit. Okay. All right, so this is our basic shell. Now you're going to see we've got cables, some feed wires coming out of here. I like to bring those onto the back side so I can see them, because those are going to feed, when we get the front on, those are going to actually feed up through the top. So let's go ahead and get this here, Savannah. Now this is going to be this is the front. It's the heaviest part of the sauna. Let's go ahead and bring this over. You got it? Again, this is got a lot of pretty substantial glass in here, so it's the heaviest. It's the heaviest panel. Let's go ahead and put this here. Yeah, I can reach around. Tell you what, set that there. Let me open the glass. Okay. Can you go ahead and just hold that there, Swan? Okay, I'm gonna grab. I've got the handle here. The reason I'm gonna put that on, because it can be difficult to open once you got the whole thing on. So I like to put the handle on next. All it is you've got a finished side and you've got a raw side. So the finished side goes on the outside. The raw side, all the wood inside the sauna is raw wood. There's no finish on it because of toxins. So the whole entire inside is left untouched. So we just bring this up here. As you can see, nothing's been real difficult we've done so far. And there's two screws. You just screw this on. can do this, like I said, you can do this after it's together. I just like to get it on here before I put that top up, because it is kind of difficult to get that. The magnets hold the door shut. It's kind of difficult to get the door open once it's on. Now you can put a suction cup or something on it that would work fine. So it's not like you can't do it. So don't worry in case you forget that. Okay. Let's go ahead and just let that close. All right, let's lift that up. On top there, Savannah. You got her? This is a little heavy for her, so like I said, it's the heaviest panel. Okay. Careful not to pinch yourself like I did there once. Okay, and then again, that just it pulls into that tongue and groove, those locking buckles. Just tap it a little bit to get that tongue and groove part way in there. You got two sides of one? You got one of them? Yeah, you got just tap her there. Okay. Okay. So there's our basic shell. As you can see, it's looking pretty, huh? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. Now this is probably one of the more difficult parts of putting the sauna together, is going to be the top. So we're going to do, Savannah, we're going to grab that other side. Bring her over. Okay. Now, all your components and electronics are on the top, away from the heat. Something to point out here, we get questions on this quite frequently. There's two power cords on the sauna, okay? They're going to feed off of the top, of course. One of them is to power the main unit of the sauna, all the controller, really the whole sauna. And then the other plug is to control a power supply, low voltage, high voltage power supply unit we have inside here. It's for some future innovations and the Vital Mat we got coming out later this year. So we're going to go ahead and I'll just try to put it here on top. So let's go ahead and turn her kind of upside down. Or like this, okay. All right. If you can put it in your hand, let's go ahead and, can you lift her straight up? We're gonna put this on top of the sauna. Okay, let me put these. Okay. Okay, just keep going. Okay, come my way a little bit. All right. Now you're going to feed the power lines through the top. There's a couple on each side. There's one in the back. That's probably the hardest one to get to. That's why you don't want to have it clear against the back wall until you're set up. You can always slide it back a little farther once it's put together. Okay. Slide those through there. And these are all gonna plug in on top of the unit. If you could hold that up for me a little bit, Sana, there, so I can feed those. As you can see, nothing real difficult so far. I was hoping to do this setup in 15 minutes. We may not quite make that, but we tell you it's a 30-minute setup, so we actually have 30 minutes. I'm just trying to keep the keep that setup video a little bit shorter for you. Okay. Make sure you run those all the way through so you're not crimping the lines, okay? You bring this down. Okay. Okay, our wires are feeding through there. All right, so the top panel fits a little bit tight, but you want it tight. You don't want it to be falling off or leaning. You want it to be airtight seal because your heat goes up anyways. So that fits perfect. Okay. All right, now the last step is you're gonna want to grab yourself a little step or you can stand on a chair. Just keep it safe. Make sure it's something that you can stand on. It's going to be steady for you. And you're going to come up on top so you can see. Okay, and then you're going to take your power cords. One of them feeds off of the main unit. Okay, and you want to drop those off so you can plug them in. Or if your plug's up high, you leave them up high, but wherever your plug is, just kind of drop them off the unit. Okay, and this is your auxiliary for the power source inside. We're going to go ahead and plug these in. On this right rear corner, you want to be a little careful. It's not going to hurt anything. You can cross the wires, so if that auxiliary cord is going to go to the power module box going down. If you give them backwards, what you'll find is that after you plug them in, your low right heater is going to want to stay on all the time. So you don't want that. So if that happens, when you turn it off, one of your heaters on the right hand side stays on. Just come up here and swap those plugs around. So I'm going to go ahead and plug them in right now. Okay. I can get the most of them, or this whole right side really without even moving. Perfect. Okay. Very easy to do. You can't hardly mess this up. They just plug in one way. Got your heater lines here. Okay. You've got your antenna wire. You can see that here. Again, Only plugs in one way. You can't do it wrong, really. It won't go together any other way. And then you've got your controller cables that are coming up, and they are going to plug into the lines that are feeding from the main box here. So here's you've got 3 little white DIN control cables that come up here, and we're going to plug those in up here. Okay. Alright, and there's one last. It's a 7-pin DIN controller, and that's the very last thing that plugs in up here. Okay. And that's it. I didn't see the time how long we were there, but that assembly is complete. Everything's done. We don't have it plugged in yet, but only thing left to do. Here's your ergonomic bench. Of course, that goes inside. That just sits inside there for your comfort. You don't have to use it, but you can. And there is an oxygen ionizer. There's a cord hanging down here. This can just be mounted with a little screw in the right rear corner. You just plug that in there, and that is all there is to. We've just completely assembled a Vital Health sauna. There's a dust cover that comes with it as well. Can you grab that for me so I can show them, Savannah? I left it laying over there. Okay, this is going to come with your unit. We don't recommend using it. It traps heat in your major components, so recommend it works really good for changing your oil in your lawnmower, whatever you want to use it for, throw it away. It doesn't matter unless you're putting your sauna outside or maybe on a winding staircase where you're going to see the top, and because you can't see the top where it is here. Just get rid of this. Our engineers don't like it. The people that are in charge of the cosmetics of the sauna, they like everything to look pretty, but it's going to overheat the sauna, so your components will last longer without it. And that's all there is to installing a Vital Health sauna. I tell you what, just give us a call if you have any questions anytime. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Savannah, for your help, and you have a good day. Thank you.